Bangladesh during the World Cup, a FIFA perspective by Ohidur. World Cup football grips Bangladeshi fans with no exception as though Bangladesh turns into a combined country of Brazil and Argentina. Their flags are hoisted and they keep flying for over a month. The flags are also hoisted on the vehicles. As a result, the general vehicles and the ministerial turn identical as if special delegates from those countries have been visiting Bangladesh with a special and colourful mission. The zeal and emotional enthusiasm pervade all through the country with football fever and craze. The public talks focus and center the World Cup as through the other related talks are postponed during the competition. The media coverage prioritizes the FIFA news, views and analyses. Many places including different buildings are colored and painted in the light of their flags. Youngsters are seen wearing their jerseys. Big screens are set and the viewers get together for watching matches with a lot of fun and entertainment. Picnic and other arrangements are made to celebrate the football festivals. A BBC exclusive news was broadcast some days back where the fans were interviewed. The Brazilian Argentine flags hoisted at different places were shown. A high building colored and painted with Brazilian flags was shown and the main family member was interviewed. A family wearing Brazilian jerseys and watching a match together was shown. Another family having food together wearing jerseys was shown and similar others were broadcast with a special report. Probably it was an exclusive report on Bangladeshi fans and no other country was reported as such by BBC television. Considering its authenticity, Bangladesh has turned unique in the field of Brazilian Argentine supporters. The Bangladeshi garments manufacturers managed an order worth of $500 million to export new jerseys for the World Cup fans worldwide. The fans are seen wearing jerseys widely marking their favorite teams with ecstasy. Especially the jerseys of iconic players like Messi, Neymar, Ronaldo, etc. are sold all over the world and are also available in the local market, which overwhelms the supporters in addition to the World Cup. In the World Cup 2010 the two neighboring villages clashed over their passion for Brazil-Argentina rivals, triggering the police in firing a volley of rounds to control the riots. And in the country 6 policemen were injured in the fighting erupted among the residents of Sheikhpara and Dakshinpara village with sticks, clubs and sharp weapons over their World Cup favourites. Similar other untoward incidents also take place at places either reported or unknown. What makes most Bangladeshis support Brazil and Argentina is very interesting. Probably the beauty, disciplined and fair play, possession over the ball, passes appropriately and the spectacular performance by one or two strikers may be the predominating reasons. But what may be even more interesting is that the majority of these fans do not bother how well the players play, how far they can manage to win the trophy, which teams else may play even better, which games or between which teams may be more enjoyable, and above all, these supporters have hardly any passion to explore the ins and outs of the tournament. It is also needless to mention that many other supporters are well aware of the characteristics of football games and the superiority of these football teams. For example, the match between Germany and Ghana was exotic and most enjoyable to me. It seemed that I was watching a more enjoyable match than the upcoming final match. Actually, the supporters mostly believe in enjoyment. They only bother how they can get together, have different arrangements in excuse of the World Cup and can show their interest for football with a view to outweighing the smartness of the other friends and acquaintances. The situation reminds me of the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock by T.S. Eliot, where the stylish, social and posh women went in and out talking about Michelangelo, a great Italian artist who was far too little known to them ironically. Socialization, modernization, and above all, showing smartness or superiority play a significant role here. Besides, people are becoming entangled with many other affairs, which ultimately force all to be selective. Watching many matches does not guarantee their intelligence or smartness. As a result, the viewers had better be selective and choose the teams which are most commonly chosen to avoid the wastage of time, energy and money. The other reason is that people are mostly busy with necessary activities and have developed an outlook and attitude to derive or squeeze every bit of pleasure out of anything. To be more specific, it may be compared with some common aspects in the society. For example, a barren or childless spouse adopts a child. They know the child will dissect the bond with them, but still it is far better for them to adopt and to lose eventually than to have no baby at all. It is also amazing that a boy falls deeply in love with a girl without the bond by blood or birth and continues loving and keeping the bond for years seamlessly even till death. This bond happened to be created artificially or mysteriously supersedes the other relations by birth. Similarly, the bond between the fans and their favorite teams may sustain with appropriate strength and affinity for years. This love does not believe in geographical and religious boundary. It flourishes metaphysically and invisibly. The outsiders may misunderstand the relation as artificially created by the affectionate and fake emotional expressions. They may also accuse the fans of satiating their thirst for milk by the traditional buttermilk locally known as ghee. The above-mentioned bond may turn most interesting when a husband supports Brazil and the wife Argentina or vice versa. And the situation is not uncommon here in Bangladesh and elsewhere in many other countries. For the time being their relation may turn poles apart, but subsequently, they may retract their bond. During the budding of any relationship, the opposite supporters may go too far to close their relation or nip it in the bud. The saddest part of football for Bangladesh is that the country should have qualified for the World Cup years ago. I remember one of my classmates, who was in a position of third goalkeeper while studying Hans and used to hope for playing in the World Cup in course of time. His hope and expectation shattered after a few years when we realized our position deteriorating and that of some other competitive countries improving. The number of the participating countries was 24, which was risen to 32, but still our qualifying status is far below. That is why the Bangladeshi supporters, like the childless parents, find out a country and makes it their favorite team. But we are not utterly in despair because Bangladesh has occupied some position in the arena of world cricket. Whatever the situation or the scenario, we must keep in mind the spirit in any sports. The main spirit in it is the global fraternity, irrespective of religion, caste, culture and apartheid. Besides, sports is always recreational, refreshing and above all, it promotes all-round good health of the player. Published in Morning Tea of the Daily Sun on the 27th of June 2014. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.